Hey birdies, I'm Sunshine Flying, you can call me Tia, and today we are back in San Myshuno, but not for a renovation this time, a brand new build. If you've been following along on my channel, you know that I'm currently working on a save file of San Myshuno. Why a save file and not just uploading to the gallery? Well, apartments are very hard to save on the gallery, and I just didn't want to go through that trouble and decided instead to do a full save file instead. So, with that save file will come several community lots, including this one, that you will be able to use when everything is all said and done. So, in that save file, I will be sharing all of my renovations and builds in one single downloadable file, and that will come out when I have finished all of the San Myshuno builds. I'm getting pretty close to the end now, so I would guess sometime in September or October you will be able to find that probably on my Twitter and Instagram, but I'm thinking I might start branching out into TikTok as well. So if you have any advice for TikTok, please do let me know in the comments below. I watch it all the time, but I'm feeling quite intimidated about actually getting into it and could really use some help and advice and suggestions. So thank you in advance if you share any of those in the comments. I really, really do appreciate it. So this restaurant, I believe I changed it from a lounge or karaoke bar to a restaurant because I did build a lounge elsewhere in this world. So that build came probably a month or two ago now, where I actually imitated Dolly Parton's rooftop bar. It was a super fun build to do. I will link that as the recommended video at the end of this video. If you are interested, please do watch until the end so you can check that out as well. Now this particular restaurant, I wanted to try to do something kind of hip and modern. It is in the Spice District, so I figured it would be some sort of kind of more upscale restaurant, but serving all of the best, I called it Spice and Rice, all of the best kind of Asian fusion type recipes. So also at the end of this video, I will be choosing the menu, so you'll be able to see what's available. We personalized everything in the menu, and I actually went in and played in this world to do the screenshots, so you will be able to see everything in action. I had a lot of fun with this little front block, doing those windows from Moschino. Now, a caveat that I want to mention if you do decide to get this save file is that I am not restricting anything to certain packs. Now, I know that's kind of a pain in the butt, especially when it's so world specific, but I didn't think of doing the save file until later on anyway, but as of right now, I have every pack except for cottage living or country living. I forget which one it is, but I don't have it yet. But when I do post the save file, I will let you know which packs are included and which packs are not. So you will know what to expect, whether or not you're able to download it, I guess, but then also if you are short just like one pack, or if it doesn't include certain packs, which I'm pretty sure it includes all of them, but I can't be totally sure because I know there are some that I'm just not a huge fan of. So again, I will post all of the relevant information for that when it does come time for posting. Right now, we are just kind of focusing on the kitchen here and just getting kind of these essential restaurant spaces. So we've got like the kitchen with the fridge, the sink, the dishwasher, the sous chef station, the chef station, the trash can. Trying to get all that good stuff in there, and then also I spent a little time looking for it, but eventually I find it, the storage shelf. It is sized down a little bit, but still serves its purpose in here. And I also floored it with some of these grippy floor mats because we know, or maybe you don't if you haven't worked in a restaurant, but those are crucial. Also going to add some lighting in here very soon. Tile the floors and walls and kind of finish up this kitchen. It's pretty simplistic. It does the job. Kitchens don't need to be fancy. The real fancy is out in the restaurant proper. But I also have restrooms, on this same row as the kitchen, just so all the plumbing can be in one spot. I decided to kind of go with that side room with the mosquito windows being a specific, a space with specific, this was the point when I was building that Maxis was going crazy and favoriting a bunch of stuff. So you'll see a whole bunch of notifications up in that corner. Maxis needed to just chill out a little bit. I did notice when I was doing screenshots, I forgot to put wallpaper in the second story of that front corner space. So that will be done when this is downloadable. There's a lot of things I've made notes on what I need to do before this can be released. But sometimes I don't notice until I'm doing this voiceover and I'm like, oh, whoops, forgot about that. So just getting a host station in here. Or I guess that was a server station. The host station's up by the front door. Had a simple little kind of tree divider between the entry space and the dining space. So we will have one other divider that will come in later on that will be a bench for waiting in case folks do need to wait for a table. So the main idea of this particular part of the restaurant is that this would be where more of the smaller tables are. So we're going to have 4 tops and 2 tops. You'll hear me call them that a lot, but essentially the 2 tops is where 2 Sims will sit, 4 tops for 4 Sims, that sort of thing. So we are going to kind of space it out here. So we'll have some 4 tops and 2 tops in this main restaurant area with a bunch of decor between them. I really like the idea of having 2 tops in those little alcoves, but the one closest to the front door actually turns into a 4 top later. And then we also kind of add some booths in here to have a variety of seating, but because of the amount of space up in that front corner, I decided to turn it into a 4 top and just keep the 2 tops by windows and in little alcoves and such. But I think it's a nice cozy little space. There's plenty of room for Sims to walk around. We know all of the flaws with dine out, how Sims, will sit and not do something, or they'll stand while they're eating, and just all kinds of flaws in all of this. But I try to do my best. And then this room that we are about to work on is where I would say the larger tables go. So we do have a couple of 4 tops still in these booths, but I do add some longer tables that can turn into a 6 top, 8 top, all kinds of stuff like that. So we've got the 6 over there and we've got the 4. So you can have up to 10 people. I know the restaurants in The Sims don't work this way, but I do like to put kind of a realistic spin on it and think of it in a realistic way. So if somebody came in and was like, hey, 12 people are going to be here, you could, in theory, push those 2 tables together, add a couple chairs, and boom, you have seating for 12. Also have the restrooms over here. We're going to stick a stall. I spent a lot of time deciding upon a stall. And then we're going to stick a stall and a sink in here. You could very easily edit these restrooms, make them smaller if you wanted, and just use a regular toilet instead of a stall. Whatever you wanted to do in here. But I stuck a stall in each one and stuck a sink in each one, and they're very basic, but they perform the function they need to perform. And then I stuck a nice double-story light in this space here. But as you probably noticed, I did not wallpaper the second story in that room. Like I said, I will do that for the official save file release, which should be this fall sometime. Now we're just kind of doing some greenery here and maybe some artwork on the walls, and then we will focus on the exterior. I had a lot of fun doing, just trying to use a lot more of the dine out objects. I know sometimes the plants look a little rubbery, so I'm hesitant to use those, but the centerpieces on the table, the wall decorations, that sort of stuff, it was really fun to get to kind of branch out and try to use those. and then to also put some stuff out on the patio. So I think actually this pack uses a lot of dine out and not a lot of other things. So I may also, after the save file is released, put this particular build up separate if you are interested in just this single build, just because it is so, I mean, here I'm using Island Living plants, but those could easily be replaced by some of the other base game hedges if you so chose. So I think looking at it, this particular build, I would be willing to put on the gallery separate from the save file, but I'm certainly going to wait till the save file releases because we are so close to it now. But yeah, I had so much fun making this particular build. I don't do restaurants very often, so it was kind of a challenge, but it was definitely super fun. San Myshuno is such a fun world to work in when it comes to doing builds and stuff, and yeah, I had a really good time, and I'm really curious to know what you think of it. It felt kind of basic as I was doing it, but restaurants, they're kind of formulaic, you know, they're not always like homes. I know I could have done a lot more decoration, cluttered it up a lot, but some of my favorite restaurants are the ones that are just so clean and crisp and very precise. Here I'm just kind of putting more trees, making the lot a bit more wooded. I did put that pathway with a little bench from the kitchen, so if any staff wanted to take a break, they could certainly do that. And then I think one of the final finishing touches here is signage on the wall, and I decided to do kind of a two-tiered stuff. Here I'm just double checking to make sure I got all of the requirements for the lot, and then we're going through and kind of choosing that formal red look for the staff before putting together the menu. So we did things like cheesy bread, nigiri, edamame, you know, taking that very Asian fusion kind of approach, along with kind of some vegetarian, seafood, and just basic salad type options. I know I'm kind of going through the menu quite fast, but lots of seafood, lots of meat and cheese, lots of vegetarian options is kind of the vibe we're going for here. And that menu and the staff's clothing should come with the download. We're just going to hop into the screenshots here. There aren't a ton, so I just want to say thank you so much, as always, for watching. I do appreciate all of your support. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, birdies.